there. Excuse the background noise. My name's Miriam. I'm a poet. I was about to say I'm an armchair. That's not true. I'm a poet. I'm sitting in an armchair, and I wanted to share some poetry with you. We're in a really tricky season at the moment, which I'm sure you've all noticed. And I wanted to share with you a poem about that season. And then I wanted to share with you a poem that is not about that season at all, because sometimes we need just to hear things that are normal and everyday and not about coronavirus. But first of all, let's talk about the word that's on everyone's mind. This poem is called Life in the Time of Corona. Have you heard of love in the time of cholera? This is different. It all seems ridiculous. Ridiculous, right? Of course, or of course not. As a wise man once said, panic is relative, common sense is confounded. What is an overreaction one day is run-of-the-mill the next. How much can we, should we, prepare, prevent, protect? See, I forgot to turn off my alarm, and I woke early on Saturday with corona on my mind. And on the world's too, I was not alone. The news had not lost its dramatic tone. The internet shared clips of compassion and distraction, and one Italian man weeping into the camera. My sister is in the bed behind me dead, and I don't know what to do. Out of bed, I rise and dress and go to the shops. While I'm there, a friend texts, "Go to the supermarket now," he says. He's nervous in Aldi, and the queues there are already meters long, a crowd. I buy a bewildering mishmash of tuna, dish soap, disinfectant, chocolate, refried beans, tapioca pudding, honey. What could possibly necessitate all of this? Ridiculous, even funny. Ridiculous, right? Online, a clip of a desperate woman wailing, "Doctor, save my life, I have the fever too." Ridiculous, right? In the supermarket, I take 2 packs of Dettol wipes. No, one. No, 2. No, 1. No, 2. Is this selfish, inconsiderate, or wise? What should I do? My friend who works at Woolies politely tells me of the limit. Only 1 pack. I hand it over loudly, almost giddy with guilt and relief. Thank God I didn't have to make that decision, or feel like a thief. The short walk back home from the shops suddenly feels strange, hazardous, and I'm not the only one. I wait with others at the crossing, but no one wanted to press the button. I thought you had pushed it. No? So the cars began to drive again, and we missed our turn at passing. I've taken the week off work, and it seems so ridiculous, right? But I'm not the only one at risk. My loved one's immune system is weak as it is. In Italy, they're deciding who gets to be treated. The elderly, the already ill, the trolley problem in real life. Hell. And I'd rather be a little ridiculous right now if it means that she stays well. I make the decision, yes, I'll take the time off work. Now just to decide how far I'll go, a reverse Moana. Can I leave the house or no? A new decision every moment. And what, if anything, do we know? Well, it is a busy, fearful time, and we all respond in different ways. Meanwhile, a miner flies past the window. He's still unafraid, free to come and go, and I try to remember to go softly, slow, and alongside the fear, be careful, be wise, be gentle, be kind. What rhythms of hope can I lean into and practice? With what laughter and life can I elope? Can I make this a season of reflection, contemplation? What are the side benefits of social isolation? The Italians are singing from their windows, even in grief, champagne, celebration. Be careful, be wise, be gentle, be kind. Even when you are afraid, be kind. Enjoy the birds, and smile. I'd be curious to hear some of your experiences of the current season. But now I wanted to share with you an older poem. It's from The Weight of Hope, and it's called God Had Fun. And I wrote it for a friend of mine quite a while ago. It goes like this. Once upon a time, not so long ago and not so far away, I was busy bemoaning some terribly unjust aspect of my existence, and my dad, in a well-timed burst of sympathy and parental affection, announced, "God must have had such fun making you." And after I'd hugged him and we had all laughed at Mum's not quite whisper of "so did we," I came back to that idea of God taking such delight in me, his work. Now, this may seem like a rather meandering tale to you. You may be wondering just what point it is I'm trying to get at through this poem, but the point is, you see, I reckon that phrase is applicable elsewhere too. God must have had such fun making you. Tight brown ringlets and shoulders thrown perpetually back, the world is your oyster, or perhaps your treasure map. No stamp of fear is in your eyes. You are not the wild child, rather the free child, with all that you need in life carried securely in its beating pocket in the left-hand side of your ribs. Like the kid who goes adventuring with a kerchief full of all she needs tied on the end of a twig. God must have had such fun making you, cell by vertebrae, formed from the brown of dust and clay. You walked lightly on the years of history, feet in handmade soft leather blue Italian shoes, not so very far above the dust from which you grew. God must have had such fun making you. God must have had such fun making you, with layers of heart in your fingertips, everything you touch stitched with your care and courage, leaving love carefully tucked in the little things, from blooms soft plucked and stood in vases to turned back sheets and polished glasses. God must have had such fun making you. God must have had such fun making you, so thanks for letting me walk a little way with you. Tall, brown, ringlet-crowned one, because just as God delights in you, those around you do too. And God must have had such fun making you. Would you believe I wrote this poem before I'd ever even heard of Miranda? And such fun! If you don't know what that reference is, I'd recommend looking up Miranda and Such Fun, because it's excellent. I'll leave you with that, and with the fact that you are fully seen, fully known, and fully loved. And I hope you're doing well during this uncertain time. Love to all. Bye.